Hello, custom car enthusiasts, and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. This episode, we're going to do a basic car here. Looks like this one here, the Delray Imperator, is going to have some gearbox issues. So a fairly straightforward car, I'd say. We'll go ahead and get it over onto the stand here. So, yeah, this week, pretty simple video overall. We're just trying to get our level up so that way we can get to the next storyline mission. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can see the gearbox definitely is bad. Let's go ahead and just remove the drive shaft here. And then we'll get that pulled out. Possibly do 2 vehicles in this week, because this one shouldn't take us all that long. Alright, get the gearbox off. See what we got underneath here, if we need to remove any of these other parts. Oh yeah. So, issues with the gearbox go a little bit further in. Nothing massive at all. That should be everything, I think. Yep, we've got all the pieces, so we just need to get those replaced. So, let's go in, see what we need here. We need a V8 gearbox, then we need all the clutch pieces and the flywheel. Since it's just so few pieces, we'll go ahead and do this real fast here. Let's go ahead and go clutch, and we need the clutch plate, clutch pressure plate, and clutch release bearing. We need gearbox for a V8. I think it's the standard one here. And then we need a flywheel. Check to make sure all those parts are correct. Yep, that was the correct one there. Good to go there. Alright. So now just a matter of sticking them back in here. Very straightforward. Nothing too complex on this vehicle. Nice little cash flow here, because this should be a decent payday, and same time, as I said, very, very quick fix. Other than waiting for the order of the parts to come in, I would think even in a garage this wouldn't be that long of a fix. Really, under a day's work would be my guess. Sort of going through the stand there, but able to get that done. All that's taken care of, that's taken care of. And yeah, very nice profit here for a very fast job. So let's see what else we got available. We've got this Cobra, has quite a bit wrong with it. The Bolt Atlanta, Salem Spectre, that's sort of an interesting looking car. Ooh, this Lotus interests me. I think we're going to go with the Lotus here. Lotus Esprits. Knocking noise from engine bay, repair or replace. Alright, let me get that before it goes away. We'll figure out what the issues are when we get it here. Is it going to tell me? Knocking noise from the engine bay. Hood, front clamp. Oh, so we need to replace a lot of body parts. Alright, well let's go ahead and take it over and do that first. Sort of curious about the knocking noise from the engine bay. I think the hood was one of the pieces that wants replaced. Alright, so hood, front clamshell, front left door. So let's go with those first. Alright, so hood, front clamshell, front left door. Left tail light, right tail light. Alright, so the tail lights are gone. Right, body window A, rear window, trunk window, front left door window. Alright, well it came out with the door, so that's gone there. And then, which of the rear windows was it? Just said rear window. Which one is the rear window? Did it said replace it and the trunk window? Alright. A little tricky there. Alright, so you've got those right body window A. We need in front left door window. Right body window A. So that's it. Alright, we've got all those parts off. Let's go here and purchase the replacements. So we're going to go back, go to the body, and let's go Lotus Spirit. That is, I believe, how it's supposed to be spelled, is it not? Esprit, not spirit. Alright. That's my mistake. Lotus Esprit. There we go. Alright, so we need the front clamshell, the left front door, front left door window, the hood, tail lights, trunk window, rear window, and right body window. I think that's all the parts. Let's put all the good stuff in here. Open this real fast, hopefully. Alright. Struggling to get that one in. Have to do that a bit separately, it looks like, but that's alright. We'll get it here in a minute. This thing definitely looks sort of like a Frankenstein's monster right now, but you know what? That's alright. That was not the license plate that had been removed before, so I need to put that one back. And there's the one that had been removed before. Alright. So I have that rear window to still replace. There we go. Now that that's open, can get to that rear window, put it in, get rid of all these junk parts. You know what? I should see if I can repair them. Because, hey, might be some money. Nope, nothing to repair, so selling for the little bit of money I can get, not a bad thing. Alright, let's make sure that that took care of those issues. It did. Now let's go ahead and test this motor. Because I'm assuming, even though it's in the back, that's what they're meaning by knocking coming from here. So let's check this in every way that we can. See if we can discover what the issue might be. I mean, this car is fairly worn, but this is a fairly straightforward fix, so I don't want to be spending money on it that they don't want me to be spending. Huh. Alright, nothing there really that's dramatically wrong. Let's go ahead and move the vehicle over to the test path. See if we discover anything there. I probably, after all this time, should know what it means when there's a sound coming from the engine bay, but just off the top of my head, I'm not figuring it out. Definitely took a little bit to get it started there. Unique interior, I sort of like it. All the controls here right around the driver, nothing on that side, very interesting. Right, let's see if it's the suspension. I could definitely see a knocking sound being suspension. No, nothing there either. Knocking noises from the engine bay. Interesting. Alright, let's take it out on the test track and see if we find something there. Otherwise, we're gonna have to dig into the engine itself, I would think, which is gonna be an interesting one because, like I said, so many of the parts are sort of a mess on it. The thing that comes to mind right now is something like the piston rings. And that will not be an easy fix by any means. See what we get here. Hopefully we might get some kind of answer. Nope. Huh. Alright then. I am wondering if any of the other ones that are here have a knocking sound coming from the engine. Yeah, don't see it anywhere there, so this one's sort of unique in having this problem. It says from the engine bay. Alright, let's move it over to the lifter. And we're gonna have to dig into the engine, I think, is the only recourse I got left. We're just going to try to analyze everything on the car as best we can. Oh, there we go. Now we got a few parts that are showing up in red. Is that going to give us our answer? Yes, it is. Alright. Well, that's good. So we didn't have to take the car entirely apart. I'm just going to do this work here in the actual car. Not very realistic in doing it that way, but don't feel like pulling this entire engine to get these two pieces off. Alright, so we need a crankshaft pulley. I don't know if that's 16 or I6. And then we need an idle roller A. Crankshaft, pulley. That one. And idle roller A. That is the correct replacement, and that's the correct replacement. All right. That's the engine cover. All right. So let's get back in here and add these pieces back into place. It is an interesting car. I'd love to get one of these and take it fully apart, but when it just needs so little work, I'm not wanting to spend the kind of money that that would take, especially when the customer is not asking for that. So that's why I'm sort of going the route I am here of just doing the basic work that the customer wanted. Put that cover back on. Shut that. And we are good to go on this. Perfect. Alright, so we did get another case here. We really still need one more vehicle in order to... you know what? We've got another Lotus there that just needs brakes. Let's go ahead and do the brakes here real fast. This one shouldn't take long at all. We'll sort of make it a Lotus themed day here. This is a nicer looking one. Alright, so we know it's the brakes. Let's move it to the lifter. Actually, you know what? Let's move the car to the test path. That way we can see if it's all the brakes or just some of the brakes that need to be done. If I can get through the doorway there. Alright, there we go. Same basic interior. Started better than the other one did. Hammer those brakes. Not a good sign with front brakes. Hammer these brakes. One sort of good. But realistically, probably if 3 of them are shot, I'll go ahead and replace all 4. Now, like with that last car, I didn't want to replace everything in the engine or try to repair everything in the engine because that would cost a lot of money, and it's not something that was really being asked for by the client. This client is wanting their brakes fixed, and if I'm going to do 3 of the brakes, I'm going to do the 4th one to make sure that the car overall has a nice even movement to it. The client didn't ask for it, but again, it's just that little difference of I want to do the work right and make sure that we have a good car that's coming out of the workshop. Alright, let's take off these wheels. Nice Lotus logo there on them. Perfect. Do have to look at the brake servo also there because it did look like it might need to be replaced. And that one's the one I'm pretty sure was good. But you know what? I'm gonna pull it anyways, see if I can refurb it. There we go. Alright, brake calipers, yeah, all that stuff. Let's lower the car down because, as I said, when I was just seeing in that mode there, I was seeing that it looked like the servo here might be an issue as well, the ABS module. There we go. And I'm guessing that was the last piece we needed? Yes, it was. So let's go over to the bench here, see what we can repair. now let's put them in order of condition. So we need, yeah, we're just going to get new brake discs for those. You know what? Even that one I'm going to sell. So we're going to need brake disc and brake disc ventilated. And new sets of pads. Alright. Let us begin here. So we're going to need 2 of those. I only technically need 1 of those, but you know what? I'm going to get the 2. We're going to need 4 new brake pads. Let's go through that stuff first. So that one's garbage. These are both garbage. This one's not garbage, but I can sell it for some money, which is good. Get rid of these bad brake pads. Alright, then I need 3 brake calipers. Yeah, 3 brake calipers and an ABS module. Really, nothing I can do about the ABS module. Definitely expensive, but is necessary for the car. Alright, so we've got everything all shiny and new. Let's go ahead and install it. Sometimes getting into the engine bay on some of these vehicles, a little bit challenging, a little finicky. There we go, that's installed. Close that hood, raise this up, and let's begin the installation here. Alright, so we'll finish this one up, and that should, I believe, get us to where we need to be as far as ready for the next story mission, I would hope. If not, we'll do one more next time real fast, but hopefully this should be enough. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up as soon as we get rid of the car here. And if you enjoyed what I did in the video, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all again for more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018.